But let's see this match.
I'm ready, and here we go as the leads are coming out. It is that Fluttermane with that Landorus, and of course, Ursaluna coming out as a lead alongside that Urshifu. This is what I like to see. These are some heavy hitters, but don't fret because that Ursaluna can, in fact, do some damage to that Fluttermane.
Yeah, so we see that the speed control of choice for Aaron here, after we see these Pokemon revealed immediately. I shouldn't be talking about them, but I will. No Tornadus there, so it is going to be a slowdown mode. As Urshifu is immediately highly threatened by the combination of Landorus and Fluttermane. Even if he wanted to go for a Terra Poison here to avoid the Moonblast, wouldn't work out well with a Landorus going for an Earth Power into that slot as well. Obviously, we're talking about one bear getting hurt. We have the other bear here, Ursaluna, on the field that also doesn't really appreciate taking big special hits, as Urshifu is going to switch out of this lead.
Okay, Urshifu coming out in favor of Cresselia. I gotta say, maybe there's a protect coming from this Ursaluna, but no, it's not. Icy Wind gonna just not have too much value. These Pokemon were never going first in the first place. But you do get some really nice chip on Ursaluna, and the Earth Power gonna go into that Levitate on Cresselia. Excellent switch here for Aaron with the early lead and a headlong rush to get that one-hit knockout. And the game's on us. We just got here, dude.
So, one of the most threatening Pokemon immediately off the board for Aaron. Aaron took one out. Ursaluna getting burned by that Flame Orb without even activating Guts with that headlong rush is enormous damage into Fluttermane. That thing is not trained to be able to survive a hit that hard.
No, not even close.
Landorus whiffing its move into that floating Cosmic Duck.
It really feels like Tim just didn't get anything going in that round, and that's just excellent play from Aaron, just understanding what the opponent wants to go for and how they want to attack. Very earlier, we saw a call out very similarly in the form of Landorus hitting an Earth Power on a Steel-type Terrestrialization, but this is the opposite of that. Now, we switched in on that well-predicted Earth Power, and now we got rewarded for it by having advantage.
Yeah. So, Urshifu coming out on Tim's side of the field, obviously threatening a ton of damage onto Cresselia, but we have another pin position.
Yes.
Where if Cresselia goes for the Terra Fairy, Sludge Bomb from Landorus is now scary. If it doesn't, Urshifu is absolutely going to destroy it with Wicked Blow. And Ursaluna also doesn't really feel like sticking around on the field, I'd say.
Of course, that Ursaluna is now burned, and that means we've got that Guts activated power, baby, as we see the Terrestrialization coming into play on this Cresselia. We do see the Fairy typing in full swing now for Cresselia. That's going to add a lot of bulk because this typing is just so good defensively. And substitute from the Landorus. What a call out. Is there going to be reward from this?
So Aaron not even switching out Ursaluna, saying, all right, if you don't attack my Ursaluna, I don't really care. But getting Cresselia in there, and I believe he clicked Icy Wind this turn, so it is going to slow down Tim's Urshifu and break that substitute as long as it connects. Icy Wind comes out here, going to be doing a decent amount of damage to that Urshifu, especially breaking that Focus Sash, and breaks the substitute for Landorus. Because of that substitute, not going to get a speed drop, which is very, very crucial, for Aaron's Pokemon in the back, which we saw was Urshifu, which likely cannot outspeed Landorus without that speed drop.
That Choice Band in full swing here. If it comes into play, it could do insane amounts of damage. You even see him hovering over it. I think he's about to pull the trigger. He's second guessing. I want to see it. This is what we came here to see. I want to see some Choice Banded damage, boy.
I absolutely do too. I don't think anything on Tim's side of the field can survive.
Not prepared.
Anything that this thing throws
out.
So Urshifu does come in on Aaron's side of the field. I am curious how he's going to follow this up because this Cresselia, it's a bit threatened by Landorus' Sludge Bomb. I doubt that's going to be a one-hit KO without Terra, but Urshifu definitely threatened by a lot of damage from Landorus here.
Yes, especially the Urshifu on the other side as well. That's can be some big damage from a close combat. Well, I'm not sure which Urshifu is even faster, but hey, we're about to see some shenanigans in a second.
Absolutely. With the Icy Wind coming out onto the opposing, or not the opposing, but on Tim's Urshifu, Aaron's Urshifu almost definitely going to be moving first.
Yep.
But that Landorus is where the damage is key. And if Tim throws out something like a Sucker Punch and an Earth Power into the Urshifu. That's going to be...
Oh, the choice banded Aqua Jet! That was just enough chip that he needed to get the KO here. That is huge, but the close combat, and it survives. Wow, what a... Oh, man, this is a tough trade for sure. Tim is not in a great spot as this Icy Wind decreases the speed. That's near half damage from Cresselia on a spread move. On a spread move that's not even really here for damage. That's crazy.
Aqua Jet just one-shot a Pokemon. I mean, it's 75% shot it,
but hey, that's a lot of damage. That's the choice band, baby.
That's a lot of damage. So Aaron here, poised to go for another Aqua Jet. You know, doesn't want to switch out, doesn't want to have to take a Thunderclap.
No, not at all.
So an Aqua Jet gonna go into the opposing Urshifu here to get some good damage off, because it's unlikely that this Raging Bolt can really handle a Terra Fairy Cresselia well alongside Incineroar. So if Aaron's looking for a board state where he can clear this Urshifu, this has just been such an offensive game. I'm a little surprised we never saw Aaron click Trick Room, but I think it kind of worked out. Are you kidding me?
It's the defense drop from the close combat. God. It just gave him the leverage he needed to go ahead and get another big KO. Dragon Pulse finally finishing off this Urshifu, but not before the damage has already been dealt. There's 2 Pokemon under his belt right now, including the mirror match itself.
Aaron showed me his team before this tournament, and I asked him about it. How's it going to go? You know, how do you feel about it? I don't know how much time you had to build it. And he goes, I just got to ball out. And if there's anything I've seen Aaron do in this match,
it's ball out, yes, sir. That's what I like to see.
He has just been throwing out
haymaker after haymaker.
Exactly. Leads off with a headlong rush, follows up, boom, bang, boom, boing, boom. Didn't think twice about just going for damage as a fake out comes here, and an Icy Wind is going to follow up with some extra damage.
Yeah, I mean, this situation is really rough. Raging Bolt could still bring it back. It has the bulk, it has the technology. None of these Pokemon can really hit it that hard, but it's still going to be a rough time for a Raging Bolt, right?
Yeah, with no Terra available to it,
the knockoff.
I believe, unless, was there a Terra earlier in the game from Tim's side of the field?
There was no Terra.
There was no Terra, so it's an interesting choice that Raging Bolt is not going for Terra at all. But a knockoff getting rid of that Assault Vest for later going to help out Cresselia. And it's looking pretty sealed here.
Yeah, it's a sealed deal for sure. It's, you know, it's like that one scene from the first Avengers where Captain America's like, what's your plan, Tony? And Tony turns around and says, I have one plan. It's attack. And attack he did, and this is going to be our game 1 for sure.
Absolutely. So the knockoff here going to finish off Raging Bolt. As I just want to revisit, I don't think Tim went for a terrestrialization in that game, and had it been Terra Fairy Raging Bolt, you know, likely wouldn't have impacted the end of that game, but would have given him a bit, well, let me think about it. Let me dial it back.
Dial it back, hold on.
Right? You go Terra Fairy, you're resisting knockoff, right?
Yes.
But then you're weak to Flare Blitz.
There's no winning. There's no winning. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough spot. You know, it was just the unexpected power of that Urshifu with that Aqua Jet. That choice band did damage. It's a base 40 move. It did have stab, to be fair, so it was doing enough just to get those KOs. But man, we didn't expect it.
Yeah, I think one thing that Tim needs to look at moving forward is defensive pivots.
Yes.
Right? Let's say that Aqua Jet into Landorus happens.
Yeah.
And Landorus switches to a Raging Bolt. Aaron's suddenly on the back foot.
Yeah.
Where now he's done not enough damage.
Exactly.
And you're now threatening a KO. Yeah, there's pivot potential, but you just close combated into the Urshifu. You've done a ton of damage, right? If Incineroar comes in, okay, you close combat that. If Aqua Jet comes out, you probably lose the what's the Pokemon? Urshifu. But now you have Landorus still, which can do major damage.
Yes, it can.
So I think conservation is the name of the game against something like Aaron's team, which, looking at it, you'd think it's a bit of a slower pace team. You see Ursaluna, you see Cresselia. You immediately think, okay, this is going to be a slower paced game, and I'm going to have to sell out Trick Room. Aaron just said, no.
Nah, this is gas. This is all gas. This is all gas. Yes, sir. I'm doing damage. If you're not blocking, you're not blocking. I'm sorry, bro. I'm only
that
aiming
was
for
plus
the
on
chin.
block.
My man said I hit low then high, and now you're opened up.
With a high-low.
That's called mix, my good sir. That's called mix. Yes, sir. And here we go with the next round here. We have the... that is Landorus. Okay, Landorus with the Incineroar and Tornadus alongside this Urshifu. And this is the same... No, these are different leads, actually.
They are.
Wow, okay, leading off with this Urshifu, putting the fear of God in your opponent after that game one. I do like that decision. I do enjoy some intimidation every once in a while.
I never noticed how Ursaluna looked so adorably
It's
innocent
cute.
right there. It is so cute.
It is unassuming.
I would not... unassuming is the perfect word for it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Just sitting there in the back like, oh, no, I won't hurt you. Just get a little closer for
I'm
sure.
just a little baby.
Yeah, all that.
Uneven burn. Oh, it hurts so much, guys.
Oh, help.
But yeah, I think Tim getting a bit of an advantage in the lead, given that he has that fake out potential into the Urshifu and Landorus to follow it up. With the Tornadus holding Covert Cloak, not nearly as threatening. Aaron throwing his Raging Bolt to swim with the Sharks here. It looks like a probable Earth Power is just going to go into the Raging Bolt, and that might be Aaron's plan, is just to get a free switch back in here to reposition.
Wow.
Not what you want to see if you're Aaron, of course, but I think Aaron playing to a point where obviously he's upset he lost his Raging Bolt, but now he has Rain Boosted Urshifu in with nothing to deal with it. There's a Pokemon that's going to get KO'd this turn.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's up to Aaron which one it is.
I mean, you have Rain, you have the Choice Band, you have the technology. This is going to hurt. I don't care who it is or what they doing. No minuses, no intimidate here. You can try your parting shot, but I promise you that cat's not sticking around because there's a bear present.
No,
and
let's say it, parting shot. Bop, crit. Doesn't matter.
It never mattered.
Aaron clicking the free tailwind there. Surging Strike's going to go into this Incineroar. I'm surprised it even took more than one hit in the rain and the Choice Band to take this thing
This
out.
citrus don't matter. It's not going to heal enough for you, friend. You're going down, baby.
That could have restored all of its HP, and it still would not have taken 2 and 3. That's a disgusting amount of damage. But Aaron has left himself wide open to Landorus staying in. I think Aaron's scratching his head a bit saying, your Landorus was the key to winning this game. I'm surprised you kept it in. And it is a one-shot on this Urshifu, and Aaron is not happy with that one.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to see. Now you're down 2 Pokemon who are very important to the strategy overall, and your opponent still got 3. They only took an Incineroar loss for that trade, and you know what? If it cost me an Incineroar to take out 2 Pokemon, that's a fair trade, and I'm down for that every time. I will definitely 1 for 2 that every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, in the face of violence, not fearing it.
No fear.
No fear, just going all out knowing, you know what, you aggression me last game, and you thought I'd be on the back foot this game playing more conservatively? Absolutely not.
All I got is smoke and heat talk to you, man.
Ball out, he's ball out.
Yes, sir.
So this Landorus, looking to go a bit crazy. Ursaluna, depending on how it's trained, could still be faster than the Landorus. Probably not faster than the Fluttermane. We did see Headlong Rush get the 1-shot last game, and we would likely see it happen again. But keep in mind that these are Pokemon 2 and 3 for Tim, not 3 and 4.
Correct. I do think this is a very precarious decision for Aaron to decide here. Do you actually want to defend your Ursaluna here because it is threatening that KO on this Fluttermane like it did in the first game? Your opponent is likely to understand and acknowledge that, right? And that's the big part. They're here and they saw the damage. They're scared of it. Or are they? That's the decision you have to make at this point, right? It's a very tough read to have for sure. But it could be the game-deciding decision, and he locks in the Protect. Let's see how it goes down.
I think the biggest thing here is that Ursaluna does not have its Flame Orb activated on it. There's no burn on the Ursaluna, meaning that Guts is not active, Facade is not boosted, and it likely wouldn't be getting a huge KO on Landers.
And we got the speed drop on this Flutter Mane, and they attacked into the Ursaluna.
So an absolutely huge turn of momentum
That's a
as
double
Tim
block.
doubles into the Ursaluna's protect, giving Aaron the Flame Orb on Ursaluna, powering it up to its power is maximum right now. Tornadus getting the speed drop on Fluttermane, and with that Tailwind, this Ursaluna could be outspeeding Fluttermane now. We have no idea back here.
Ursaluna dumb turned around and said, Jarvis, unlock the inhibitor limit. Jarvis, it's time to ball out, boy.
Oh my god. And this is a terrifying spot for both players. And as I said, ball out sees ball out. We're going to see who balls out on this turn coming up. This is going to be a pivotal turn for the match. Something's going down.
It's going down for sure. I am absolutely terrified for Tim, and he's in the lead right now. Like this is a lot of pressure for sure.
I think.
Exactly. Another speed drop? No, there's no way.
Speed drop on the Flander.
They're
A
both
speed
of
drop
them.
on the
That's
Landorus.
huge. Ursaluna.
Clicking
Oh,
Earthquake
no
is not going to
way.
affect either of these floating genies on this turn. Is going to be able to take out that Fluttermane with the Earthquake, saying, okay, I know I'm taking out the Fluttermane, but what if they Terra the Landorus and expecting... I can't even speak. There's too many thoughts going.
The mind games are insane in general. I don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. I think they might have an idea of what's going on, but you can't ever know. Ursaluna is just doing too much damage to everybody right now.
I'm thinking about it. This Tornadus is poised to take the KOs.
Yes! Yes, it is!
The Ursaluna this whole time.
No, it's the Tornadus!
The Ursaluna was the red herring. This Urshifu can easily just go for a sucker punch into Ursaluna, right? But you still have to care about Bleak Windstorm.
Bleak Windstorm.
And you can't even say, oh, maybe it'll miss. The rain!
The rain! It's a guaranteed hit off the bat. Of course, Ursaluna does have that focus sash. That's going to be very important for Tim right now. However, Ursaluna, if it survives and you get a debuff in speed, it's going to be a big problem. I don't know what the idea is. Okay, going for a protect. Time to scout it out. Here.
Urshifu.
Bleak Windstorm.
Not protecting. Bleak Windstorm going into it.
Makes a connection.
Tailwind, I believe, is still up. Urshifu
oh my
goodness. It almost down to its focus sash. Not quite. Ursaluna uses Facade into Urshifu, and it takes it out. There's nothing in the way of the Tailwind going back up, and Ursaluna taking out the Landorus on this next turn.
No way. What is this game? The Tailwind just put in so much work this round. Oh, I
don't even think either player used their Terra.
No. Again, we don't need it right now.
Gen 5.
This is Gen 5 OU, bro. We just playing the game. We just playing the game and
Where
figure it out.
Where are the gems?
Yes, sir. Oh my God, the gems is right there. He used it twice in the Bleak Windstorm.
Oh my God.
Finally, a Terra is making its debut here from the back foot. Tim has to make a huge play, but going for the steal might give him the bulk he needs to survive. Would Ursaluna go for that ground type attack into this? Tailwind is back up.
I don't think it matters. I think that Guts boosted Facade is more than enough. And
Facade's
I think
coming in.
Landorus spelled it out for us itself. This Landorus just got axed.
This was the fastest speed run 2-0 I've seen on stream tonight. This is crazy. What a match that was. Tim did his absolute best. He played like a madman, but that match was insane.